My memory's not that good. I'm old. Here at ThrillList.com is an article by Titor Jensen entitled The Oral History of John Titor, the man who traveled back in time to save the Internet. In 1998, Art Bell, host of the late-night paranormal-themed radio show Coast to Coast AM, and its originator, which attracted eccentrics from all over the country, pushing tales of alien abduction, freaky physics, and more. During one of his open timeline segments, in which anyone could dial in with their own stories, Bell read a letter from a man claiming to be from the future, which naturally came in by fax. John Titor, in a fax to Art Bell, read on Coast to Coast on July 29th, 1998, condensed. Dear Art, I had to fax when I heard other time travelers calling in from any time past the year 2500 AD. Please let me explain. Time travel was invented in 2034. Offshoots of certain successful fusion reactor research allowed scientists at CERN to produce the world's first contained singularity engine. The basic design involves rotating singularities inside a magnetic field. By altering the speed and direction of rotation, you can travel both forward and backward in time. Time itself can be understood in terms of connected lines. When you go back in time, you travel on your original timeline. When you turn the singularity engine off, a new timeline is created, due to the fact that you and your time machine are now there. Some interesting outcomes of this are: 1, you can meet yourself. I've done it often, even taken a younger version of myself along for a few rides before returning myself to the new timeline and going back to mine. 2, you can alter history in the new universe you have just created. Most of the time, the changes are subtle. Sometimes I'll notice car models that don't exist or books that come out late. Unfortunately, it was also discovered that anyone going forward in time from my own year of 2036 hit a brick wall in the year 2564. Please pray that we discover the reason why there is no apparent future after 2564. The unknown time traveler described a Y2K disaster that would leave people frozen to death, a government instituting martial law, a power facility in Denver destroyed by a mob, and a communal government system sprouting out of this chaos. Naturally, he sent an immediate follow-up fax, which Bell also read on air. John Titor, in a fax to Art Bell, read on Coast to Coast in July 1998, condensed. Was the other one condensed? Yes, it was. So these are altered slightly, I guess. Dear Mr. Bell, I am glad you're back. I faxed this information to you the day before you left the air. I wanted to make sure it wasn't lost in the shuffle, so I'm sending a gift. As I said then, I am a time traveler. I have been on this world line since April of this year, and I plan to leave soon. Typically, time travelers do not purposely affect the world lines which they visit. However, this mission is unusually long, and I've grown attached to some of the people I've met here. 2 years later, a user dubbed Time Traveler 0 left a message similar to the coast-to-coast faxes in the Time Travel Institute forum, then known as a safe space for people interested in the navigation of time, and a logical destination for an actual time traveler to make contact with the world. Time Traveler 0, in a message on the Time Travel Institute forums on November 2nd, 2000, 22 years ago. This one evidently not altered. Thank you, Takahama Olsen 2, for the super chat. Takahama Olsen 2 says, my grandson Seth says hi. Hey Seth, how you doing, buddy? Greetings, I am a time traveler from the year 2036. I am on my way home after getting an IBM 5100 computer system from the year 1975. My time machine is a stationary mass temporal displacement unit, manufactured by General Electric. The unit is powered by two topspin dual positive singularities that produce a standard offset Tipler sinusoid. I will be happy to post pictures of the unit. The following year, in January, Time Traveler Zero, now revealing the name of John Titor, made his first post on Art Bell Forum, the online counterpart to Coast to Coast. It was an exact duplicate of the November 2nd post from the Time Travel Institute Forum. He eventually migrated permanently to the Art Bell Forum, where he would post regularly until March of 2001. John Titor, in an Art Bell Forum post dated January 28, 2001. My initial flight was from 2036 to 1975, or 61 years. Then I went from 1975 to 2000, a 25-year trip. Is this one altered or not? Evidently unaltered. Later this year, one of two favorable windows will open, and I will return to my own 2036, a trip of 35 years. I am here now for personal reasons. This time traveler became a permanent fixture of the Art Bell radio show. Though while multiple defenders and associated figures would call in to chat with Bell, Titor himself would never appear. There was a reason for that. Joseph Matheny, multimedia artist. I'm going to be picky with what I say to you over what I've said in the past. John Richard O'Connor, Coast to Coast listener. John Titor in an Art Bell Forum post from February 2nd, 2001, evidently unaltered. Although I do have personal reasons for being here and speaking with you, the most I could hope for is that you recognize the possibility of time travel as reality. You are able to change your word line for the better or worse, just as I am.